If you live in New Jersey, gas just got more expensive, and not because oil prices jumped. The state quietly adjusts its gas tax at the start of the year, and most drivers won't see a sign explaining why. Not by a few cents spread over time, but by about 9% in a single adjustment. Most people will just notice that filling up costs more, and even if oil prices don't move. So let's break down what changed, why it happened, and what this actually means for everyday budgets across New Jersey. New Jersey doesn't use a fixed gas tax like many states. It uses a variable fuel tax that automatically adjusts each year based on expected transportation revenue. If fuel tax collections come in lower than projected, the tax rate increases. If collections exceed expectations, the rate can come down. This variable system was put in place years ago, not debated or voted on this year. For 2026, the formula resulted in a roughly 9% increase effective January 1st. This change isn't driven by oil prices or refineries. It's built into the system. Before going any further, it's important to clarify how this increase actually happened. This wasn't a new legislative vote or a policy passed this winter. It was triggered automatically under an existing framework designed to keep transportation funding whole when revenues fall short. Gas taxes pay for roads, bridges, and transit systems. But the amount of gas sold per mile driving keeps declining. Cars are more fuel efficient. Some drivers are switching to hybrids or electric vehicles, and commuting patterns haven't fully returned to pre-pandemic levels. That means less revenue flowing in, even as infrastructure costs continue. Instead of reducing spending, the formula adjusts the tax rate upward to close the gap. For most drivers, the impact isn't dramatic all at once. It's cumulative. Each fill up costs more. Weekly commuting adds faster. Monthly fuel budgets tighten. So for small businesses, delivery drivers, contractors, service providers, fuel costs rise immediately. Those costs don't disappear. They either compress margins or get passed along through higher prices elsewhere. A 9% increase doesn't affect everyone the same way. Drivers with short or infrequent commutes may barely notice, but people who drive daily, commute long distance, or depend on vehicles for work feel the increase week after week. This isn't about spending choices. It's about geography, necessities, and how much flexibility people actually have. This story goes beyond New Jersey. Gas taxes were designed decades ago, when fuel consumption was relatively stable. That's no longer true. Fuel efficiency keeps improving. Electric vehicles reduce gasoline demand, but road maintenance costs don't decline alongside them. States are trying to fund modern infrastructure with a shrinking tax base. That structural mismatch is what's driving increases like this, not just in New Jersey, but in nationwide. As gas taxes become less reliable, states are quietly exploring alternatives, not announcements, discussions. Higher vehicle registration fees, expanding toll systems, congestion pricing, mileage-based road usage fees. Most of these approaches shift costs away from fuel consumption and towards vehicle usage. None of these are universal yet, but the transitions away from gas-only funding has already started. This increase is part of the shift. This isn't about politics. It's about how system responds when other revenue models stop matching reality. When taxes move automatically, the cost doesn't feel like a decision. It just feels like life is getting more expensive. And for New Jersey drivers, that reality now starts at the pump. Thank you for watching.